Hello and good evening. How's it going, everyone? Hello and good evening. It's time for one on one. My name is Titi Oyinsan, and we're about to have another interesting conversation. Now, I've been blessed with the opportunity to connect with so many people with so many interesting ideas. That's my YouTube. I think my YouTube just went live. Okay. All right then. Okay, yes. So we're streaming live on YouTube, streaming live on Instagram and LinkedIn at the same time. So yes, sometimes there can be some audio feedback, but not to worry. We have an amazing opportunity here to connect with um, amazing individuals who are doing everything they can to make a difference, and there are quite a few of them, and one of them is one of whom we are speaking with today. We're going to be talking about the role of soft skills in the digital age, in a world where AI writes code, algorithms, manages tasks. Automation is also transforming industries. There's one set of skills that machines can't replicate: soft skills. And machines can't replicate what they call soft skills, which is what we're going to be breaking down. Our guest is going to shed more light on this. Magege Peace Ufuoma is a creative entrepreneur and founder of MagegePeace Concept. As the founder, he hones the art of event hosting, combines his skills as a voice actor, media presenter, and brand communication specialist. He's delivering engaging and memorable experiences, but he also currently serves as operations manager for Top Foundation, which is abbreviation for Transformation Opportunities Providers Foundation. It's great to have you here, Magege. How's it going?
Very well, Titi. Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor to meet with a distinguished master of ceremony as
Oh,
well. I'm grateful for the amazing things you've done for women, and most especially women, and the creative industry as a whole. Thank you very, very much, Titi. The dynamite.
oh wow. I have one of my people here, one of my people that has been following me for a while. I can see. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine. Pleasure is mine. Thank you for
Okay, so
inviting.
we need to talk about these soft skills that we've been going on
Mm.
and on about. Um, so when we say soft skills, exactly what do we mean? Let's break down soft skills in the context of today's increasingly digital and technologically driven world.
Okay, we'll start with. Can you see me?
No, I've actually lost your screen.
Sorry, I think I'm having
Um,
some. I was having some little issues there. Can you? This is fine, right?
all right then. Maybe if you put it on DND, that's do not disturb. Maybe the
I
call will
have. I
come
just
through.
did that. I just
Okay,
did that.
fantastic. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so when. All right. Soft skills, digital world. Like you said, in today's world where AI is everywhere, AI can almost do everything. We are starting to see the likes of even AI waiters and waitresses. Soft skills is still very important. When you're talking about soft skills, you're talking about that human touch. You understand that human touch in everything we do, especially in the creative industry. One thing that I know that um, robots and technology and AI cannot do is to 100% replicate that human presence in things that they can do. For example, we have robots now that can do artwork. We have robots now that can do graphic design. We have robots that can do a lot of things. AI, artificial intelligence, that can do a lot of things. But when it comes to having that human connection, people still want to relate with people, and I feel we will get there. We'll get to that point where you know people, humans would at this point we are in, people feel, oh, we have robots that can do a lot of things for us. We have artificial intelligence that can make us very, very comfortable. But today, I feel in the nearest future, we would we would need that human presence once again in almost everything we do. So if we're going to be talking about soft skills, we're looking at communication. Very important. Communication, very important. If we look at the big names in technology, the Microsoft, the Nvidia, the Apple, those big names in technology, we get to see that when it comes to bringing a particular artificial intelligence project on stream, there is something called a presentation. There's always a human face behind every project, and that is where we come in. And that is why I agree with you that soft skills will be very, very needed, is very, very needed, and it has to complement with artificial intelligence and technology as we move forward.
It's so interesting. You should break it down that way because in the end, we have found ourselves in a place where we seem to have found purpose, but have sort of gone distracted along the way because of the constant influence of so many different ideas and ideologies. But let's talk about the average professional now. How can professionals sort of find a balance? How can they balance some technical expertise that they feel might be becoming obsolete with soft skills to succeed or to even exist in a modern workplace?
All right. There is a saying that the day you stop learning, you start dying. The day you stop learning, you start dying. So professionals in the technical world, technology world, even all around, that are now embracing this new technology that comes out every day. Um, to find a balance, you have to really place yourself in that point where you get to learn and be up to date with the technology in your field, whatever field you find yourself in, whether in medicine, whether in finance, whether in the creative industry, wherever you find yourself, there's always one new technology that comes out for you in that field, whether it's in commerce. You have to make yourself up to date. That's the very first one. Now, we hear a lot of things. People get scared when it comes to AI taking. We hear this like AI is going to take a lot of people's job. I really do not agree with that. I feel you would not be scared of artificial intelligence taking over your job if you are up to date. Whether we like it or not, that robot, that technology needs a human touch. For example, one very, very prominent AI that a lot of persons use, in fact, every field can make use of, is ChatGPT. Now, without understanding what we know as prompt engineering, you will not get the best out of ChatGPT. Some persons think you can just go on ChatGPT and impute anything, whatever you want, and get the result. You will get the result. But if you want to get the best result, you have to know how to relate with it. And there's one thing ChatGPT is really trying to get upstream now. We started with, I think, 3.0, and then we got 4.0, and there's 4.5. There are other AI technology just like ChatGPT now. One thing ChatGPT is trying to do now, OpenAI, is looking at finding a human balance that when you impute something into ChatGPT, the result you get is a result that a human can relate with. There are there's a way you can impute, for example, let's say I want to get um, information on finance, and I go on ChatGPT. Let's say I want to start up a business and I want to write a business plan. I go on ChatGPT and I impute, this is the name of my company, this is what we do, this is how we do things, this is our mode of operation. I want to do business with this person in this field. Curate, as a business professional, curate a contract, a legally binding contract that would help me in my business relationship with this other person or brand. Now, ChatGPT would definitely give you an answer. But when you read through, you get to realize that there are some human elements that might be missing. So you can copy that, take it over to your Microsoft Word and edit and include that human presence. So whoever is reading it would understand that, okay, they are doing business with a person and not like a robot. So finding a balance between the two,
Yeah.
in whatever profession you are in, is staying up to date with the trend and understanding how it works. With that, trust me, whatever field you are in, as long as you know what is up to date, technologically wise, you are good to
Yeah.
go.
I want to touch a little bit on the key soft skills that leaders, businesses are looking for, that people need to brush up on specifically, because it does feel like the government has so many different uh, packages and events that they're working on,
Yeah.
initiatives that are going out there to help, to assist. But it feels like there's a long list of soft skills. We don't know which of these are most relevant in different fields. So let's talk a bit about that. What exactly are the soft skills that are key when it comes to managing teams effectively?
All right. Number one is effective communication. Number one is communication. AI can only give you what to say, but artificial intelligence cannot say it for you. There's a way you would converse with people and they will be so driven by what you're saying, especially for leaders, like you made mention of. Now, if there is a new product, let's take, for example, the new iPhone that came out, iPhone 16. Now, a lot of persons can come out, if you really follow all of the presentations that Apple always give out when it comes to their latest project in iPhones, they always talk about how it can help us humans effectively. Now, they don't just come out and give us the facts, the statistics, the technology. Oh, this is what it can do. Oh, this is what it can do. They tell you this is the problem it can solve for you. They give you that human story. You see, one thing I've come to understand in business, in every industry, is we as human beings, we relate more to stories. So if you can tell me, you can explain to me the facts, the details, it's very easy to dish out data. It's very easy to dish out statistics. It's very easy to dish out numbers, ones and zeros. But if you cannot explain those datas, if you cannot explain those statistics, if you cannot explain those facts in such a way that I can relate with it, you cannot communicate effectively your ideas that you've gotten out from this technology. Let's say a leader is in a seminar or in a conference addressing his employees, an employer is addressing his employees, and there are presentations behind him. Let's say a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation behind him, and he has made use of artificial intelligence to get those presentations up and running. If all he does is to just use a monotonous voice, and just start reading out whatever is on the presentation, you will definitely not get that energy, that enthusiasm, that feel that, yes, I am talking to people that will actually do the work. Those humans need to clearly, clearly understand what you want them to do. Communication is very, very key in every industry. I think that's the number one soft
Essential.
skill that every industry needs to have. Communication. That's number one. Number two, I would say it's also time management.
Hmm.
Time
Why?
management.
So how does time management go into this now? Because well, you've mentioned ChatGPT, and I know there are quite a few other AI that we've already been using and we didn't even realize we were using. But
Mm.
I'm wondering how time management comes into this.
All right. Now, when it comes to time management, it's one thing to have a timer in front of you telling you this is how many minutes you have left. It's one thing for you to have, um, so, a countdown in front of you telling you this how many seconds, this how many minutes, this how many hours you have left. It's another thing for you to effectively manage that time you have and really effectively, efficiently pass the message that you have. For me, I feel communication and time management go together. You might have the best things to say, and definitely there'll be room for spontaneity. By the time you're having a presentation, there are more ideas coming into your head whilst you are giving out that presentation. If you are not able to use your time, maximize it to the point where you can dish out the necessary information to the people you're communicating with, to that thing you're even doing at that particular point. If you're doing a task, what's the need, what's the use of artificial intelligence? You understand? Yes, AI can get things done quicker, faster, but if we're going to be looking at soft skills and the human presence,
Yeah.
you're also going to realize that as humans, whilst we are doing something, the brain has a way of thinking. It doesn't just use one side. We have the left side and the right side. And whilst you are having a conversation or you are performing a task, the brain can easily switch to something else.
True.
Now, for you to be able to get yourself in that moment in time and maximize that time that you have, I think
Yes.
is something artificial intelligence might not be able to do entirely for you.
Mm. For those of you who are just tuning in, thank you so much for joining us. This is One on One, and I'm having a conversation with Magege Peace Ufuoma. He's a creative entrepreneur, founder of Magege Peace Concept. Now, he hones the art of so many different crafts, actually, but he's combined his skills and brand as a brand communication specialist. And he's here to talk to us about the role of soft skills in this digital age we find ourselves in. And it is a really technical one for quite a few, but I'm thinking about the average entrepreneur, the small business owner who is probably just managing their relationships with, those few customers that are regular. Maybe they have, let's say, 10 to 15 strong customers, and then they have a lot of maybe 5 to 10 walk-ins during the week, but it's enough based on what they're doing. It's enough to sort of sustain their business, keep it on a stable level. But they want to take it to the next level, and it could be that there's some soft skills that they don't have. What sort of soft skills do they need to take it up a notch, take it to the next level?
All right. One, negotiation. Yes. Every business, in every business, there's one thing I say to people that do business. Everybody sells. Everybody sells. Sales is another soft skill, but let's look at negotiation for one. Now, um, as a small business owner, one thing that I have learned so far is when it comes to negotiation, you are not just trying to, it's not just about getting the customer to buy at the price that you feel is comfortable. The customer will also want to buy at the price that he or she feels comfortable to pay. Now, negotiation is a very soft skill because it's something that you have to learn and you have to hone as a salesperson. Negotiation puts you in a position to tell your customer that the reason this costs this amount is because this is the amount of problem that this product or this my service can solve for you. Of course, there's a saying that cheap does not mean cheap does not mean um how would I put this now? Thinking of, okay, let me keep that. When it comes to negotiation and having, like you said, a little amount of customers, little walk-ins, having good, number of people coming in to buy from you on a day-to-day basis, and you want to upscale, you want to grow, the very first thing you need to do is to take care of those customers you have presently, because
Mm.
humans will relate you to another human. If I come to buy from you and I really love your customer service and the way we did business was very friendly, I got the worth of the money I paid. It's been very easy for me to tell another customer that needs your service, that needs your product. If I see another customer that has the same problem that I have, I can easily tell that customer, oh, meet this person. This person can give you the right price. This person can give you the right product. This person will solve your problem. Now, sales is another very, very great soft skill that you need. Now, sales. I was discussing with a prominent salesperson in the real estate industry last week, last weekend. Is it okay if I mention his name? Yeah, I would.
Go ahead.
I would have loved to give. Okay, Doctor Laide Okubeno, the Chief Executive Officer of Leku Trade Properties, and he was discussing, on a webinar that I'm currently hosting, I'm currently running, the Top Member webinar, and he was teaching about sales. And one thing I was asking him, the one question I was asking him was, how would you as a person sell? How do you grow your sales from just low sales to getting those big clients that will give you those big money that everybody's looking for? And he said, number one, you need to become a person of value yourself. You need to become a person of value yourself. Because those people that you feel are ready to spend the big money, those people that you feel have the big money to buy from you and are ready to get the bulk of what you're selling, they know other people that are also selling what you're selling. But how do you become different? How do you grow your customer base? Is number one, you become a person of value. You get to show them that what you're doing, what you're selling, the service you're rendering, the product you're selling, you are willing to go beyond just the product, just the service, to actually solving their problem beyond what they are ready to do for you. Now, there's a saying that if you are not ready to do more than what you are paid for, you will not be paid more than what you've done or more than what you're willing to do. So, as salespeople that really want to upscale, personally, as a master of ceremony, if someone comes to meet me now and say, okay, I want you to help me host my wedding, my event, I give free consultations in event management for you to help you plan your event, to help you manage your event. I do it for my clients free. Now, this is something I do prior to the event. I try to stay in touch, not just to stay in touch to get them, oh, you've not paid, oh, your date is running, oh, if another person books me, I'm gone, oh, you've no, 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 no. I go to them, I tell them, I ask, how is your preparation going? Do you need assistance in anything? Is there a
Mm.
vendor that is giving you issue that you would like me to talk to? We vendors know how to relate with each other. I go beyond, I try to go beyond just what my primary service is as a master of ceremony, to get that customer, to get that client, the best event possible. There are some that at the end of the day, the deal did not click, but they kept in touch. Why? Because I showed that, look, it is not just about the service I want to render. I want
Sure.
you as a
Sure.
person, I want your events to be successful. So that is one thing. So for
Okay.
businesses that want to upscale,
Yeah.
negotiation, very
Yeah.
important, is a soft skill
Yeah.
they really need to look into, and sales.
Okay, so now we are really pushing it on time, but you've really broken down some things that I feel are connecting and hitting home with the audience that are listening and watching right now. This issue of soft skills, we just saw a flyer that you sent to me earlier on, and on the flyer it shows an event that you're currently involved with, talking about the top Ember, right? Is that it? Is that top 24 Ember? 3 months, three skills, one webinar, and I think you're covering forex trading by market equity. You're covering content creation, social media monetization by Vision One. You're also
Yes,
covering
yes.
smartphone graphics design by Presh Designs. It looks really interesting, and I have a feeling you guys are having a lot of fun there already. It's already begun. Am I right? It's already begun.
Yes, it has. It has. It has started this month.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I have to say, whenever I see opportunities like this, I always hope and pray that those who are watching or listening actually take heed and, possibly take advantage of opportunities like this because they are indeed few and far between. All right, then I have to wrap it up with you here. But before we go, I want to hear your final thoughts on where we are going. Because in the end, business in Africa has become about culture, and people are used to a certain way of doing things. They've created a culture, created a way of life around how they do business. And they never bothered with those soft skills. They never bothered to develop certain other things because their main core was always working for them. They've survived on it as maybe a pharmacy owner or a supermarket owner or a boutique owner for over 15 years. Why should they now start taking on new skills? Just wrap it up for us before we close.
All right. I feel soft skills has always been in existence. It's just that maybe a lot of persons have not really, identified it as soft skills. Soft skills has always been in existence. Let me use the example you made mention of now. A pharmacist, someone comes to you to buy medicine, and definitely as a pharmacist you ask the person, oh, what is wrong with you, and person explains, and you get to realize, oh, you don't just need um, medicine, you need a full-blown treatment. You're going to need injections, you might also need some drip, you need a full, you need to run some tests. That's listening is another soft skill. A lot of persons know how to listen to answer, but not listen to understand. So every person in medicine understands that when you have a patient in front of you. I know this because my elder sister is a nurse and we converse. When you have a patient in front of you and your patient is explaining to you their ailment, as a practitioner, as a medical practitioner, you need to be able to listen beyond what that your patient is saying. You need to be able to listen and find the underlying issues, because they might just be explaining, oh, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. But you understand the person's body, you understand how the human body works. So listening to understand, even for the person that owns a boutique for 15 years, if someone comes into your shop and the person wants to make a purchase and this is the person's budget, but it does not work with you, there's also the place of empathy, which is also a soft skill. So I feel soft skills are skills that a lot of businesses have already harnessed. There's if you go to the streets of Onitsha now, Onitsha boys can convince you to buy what you did not even plan to buy. That sales ability is a soft skill, but they might not know that, okay, yeah, this is a soft skill. So soft skills has always been in existence. It's just for people to come out to understand that, okay, this is it. Now for those that haven't really honed their skills, those soft skills, this is an opportunity, listening to programs like One on One to understand the role where these skills play and how they are it is very, very effective, very, very necessary. It's very, very needed in every industry. Effective communication, listening,
Negotiate.
negotiation, sales.
Yeah, all
You
those are
need
soft
it. You
skills
need
that
them in all the businesses in every field that you
I have
you
to
are
say
in.
thank you. I have to say thank you to you and wrap it up with you at this point. Because could you believe that we've already gone 30 minutes on this? But for those that are just tuning in, if you are wondering, we've been talking with Magege Peace Ufuoma, creative entrepreneur, founder of Magege Peace Concept. We're talking a bit about soft skills and why they're important. Now, if you missed anything, you can always go back and have a replay. It's live on YouTube and on LinkedIn and Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. And in fact, wherever you get your podcasts, you will be able to listen to this again. Thank you so much, Magege, for talking to us. Okay, then now One on One is a platform where we have really interesting conversations with change makers, visionaries from various industries. When some conversations haven't had that much airtime, yeah, that's when we poke at them and have that conversation. But if you would like to be a part of One on One or have a conversation with us, all you have to do is send us an email. That's dynamitepodcastnetwork@gmail.com. Dynamite Podcast Network at gmail.com. Until I come your way again soon, my name is Titilayo Oyinsan.